All right, good morning. All right, so we have still pretty big ranges. Yesterday we had what was it? 148 point range. Overnight we have 106 point range so far. So if you look at yesterday's price action, we tested above this area almost to those single prints. So tested value area high, attempted to keep above value area high but failed, but I think for only a couple ticks. And then we started seeing some sellers, and then the seller pressure continued, and then we got below this single prints here, and then it looked like it was gonna hold around here, but they kept trying to move below that 7300, and then eventually got to value area low and closed at the low of the range, pretty close to the previous session's low, which that was a pretty bearish day. And then overnight we looked below these two lows and then found buyers, and then started moving higher until this morning. There was some more news. I think Trump was speaking, and then we saw some selling again. So a few things that we can tell from this price action. One is that there's still pretty strong sellers, obviously. So far we're holding above the 50 moving average, and then we have a couple of big magnets. One is that 74.20, the other one is 71.60. By the way, I said 74.20, could be 74.18, I don't know, I'm just eyeing these numbers. There's huge ranges, so it doesn't really matter if it's a tick off or 2 points off or whatever. But the whole point is that this is the area that I'm looking at. This is the 90-day point of control, the 5-day point of control, and if we are able to get here, the 20-day point of control eventually is gonna likely shift here too. Oh no, we still have some time for that to happen, because look at the gray profile is the 20-day profile, but eventually it's gonna either move or we're gonna go back to it. But basically what I'm saying is that these are the two big areas to look for: 71.60 and 74.20. The question is which one we're gonna hit first. This morning it looked like we were attempting to get back here, but now it's looking like sellers are not done. Watch volatility, that's gonna give us a clue. If it keeps staying elevated, then we're likely gonna see more downside move. But even though we have this high volume node, we do have some support around this area. And I say it's support because usually when you have a low volume node like this, we see a pause at that price level. This is from 90 days ago, so I mean, this is a 90-day profile, so this is from a while ago, so it might not be too strong of a support level. But we do have May's low right here. So anyway, if we see sellers, we see volatility coming up, then that's gonna be the target to the downside. So the plan for today is to wait. First of all, see if we can exit away from this pretty extended values area, right? So we have value area high at 73.60 and value area low at 72.76. So those are the areas that I'm looking for to see if they hold, or if we break or attempt to break away from value. Inside here is likely going to be choppy. So when you have a choppy zone, a chop zone, what you want to do is wait for the open, wait for the range to be established, and see which way this market wants to go, and then see if we can find some trades, right? And the first thing that I would look for is a reaction here at the overnight high, right? Which also coincides with this peak right here. If we hold above this, if we break with internal supporting it and hold, then looking for longs into value area high, and then see if we can continue higher. If we look above it and fail, then that's a good short signal with a stop above whatever structure forms the high of the session, back into the point of control for the overnight session, and then see if we can go to the other side of the range. Same thing on the low side. For the low side, I want to see us getting back below the value, but then, like, you know, for us to break, you know, below some important area, I want to see us to at least test yesterday's close or the overnight low or these two lows again. So this is where we're likely going to find some buyers initially, and then if we hold below this 50 moving average and below this yesterday's lows, then looking for more downside. But in the meantime, could get choppy here, but we do have big ranges to play, so wait for some structure to form and then look for opportunities there. This low is also, I think, important. It's right around the half of the overnight range, so looking to see if we see some kind of a pullback below that, and then see if it holds below it or if we bounce there. Alright, NQ has that 90-day point of control here above 29,200. And then to the downside, so NQ is a little different, because to the downside we really don't have that big of a magnet. We do have a gap here, and it's very close to that 50 moving average. So maybe if we are starting to see sellers and get below the lows here, look for that 27,941 gap fill, and then look for an attempt to break May's low. Crude still in the same range. See how nice of a distribution we have here, and gold yesterday got, well, the last few days it's been sold very hard. It's about to test the 4,000 level again, and I think that at that point we're gonna likely see some buyers. But remember, gold, when it was rallying, it was non-stop, and now it's selling non-stop. So the only areas that I see that have a lot of volume to the downside are here at 38.25, and then here at 35.50. But other than that, there's no much. I mean, there's a lot of references from below. All these red lines are previous lows that haven't been retested. So that means that we were one-time framing up in the past. I don't know if you can even see it on this chart, but yeah, I don't know. This chart is hard to find stuff here in this the way I have it set up, but yeah, well, I'll be watching the 4,000 level, and then if we break it, then this will be the next target to the downside. 38.25. If we see a bounce, still here 43.50. All right. We did get some PPI numbers, and then we have some natural gas exchange numbers, and we have a 4-week bill auction at 11:30. Fed quarterly financial accounts at noon, and some farming reports at noon also: corn, cotton, soybean, wheat, etc. And then a 30-year bond auction at 1 p.m. Alright, and tomorrow's that big IPO that everybody's waiting for. Alright, good luck.